Been playing Age of Empires 4 lately, and I gotta say, I find it surprisingly enjoyable. In fact, if you liked Age of Empires 2, there's very little chance you won't like Age of Empires 4. I found the campaigns to be surprisingly enjoyable. Not only do they take place from historical battles and you get to learn a little bit about history, but they even have these very well produced, very well made documentaries, like, for example, how mail was made, how the nobility painted and decorated their castle walls, and how medieval paint was made. And I think this is exactly what I would expect from a historical game. Just because it's a game doesn't mean it shouldn't have history in it, and this one has just enough history to get people interested in reading about history, which is absolutely great. It's how games should be, to stimulate people to learn more. So Call of Duty, maybe you can take a little bit of notice on how to properly make the historical game. Now, unfortunately, when you go on the forums, you're going to get a blunt trauma of woke in your face, because we're going to go through this and we're going to read it a little bit. And I just want to say, like, it's nothing spectacular, it's nothing out of the ordinary, but it's industry standard at this point. And it's so unbelievably ridiculous. It is so unbelievably ridiculous. Like, for example, right? We keep each other safe. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? This is a video game. And when you play multiplayer, a multiplayer game lasts around 15 to 20 minutes. Am I in danger if you guys aren't watching? Am I literally putting my life in danger if I do the click-click-clack on the keyboard and I move the mouse on a pad and I play Age of Empires? Are you people mentally challenged? Has the industry gone completely crazy that if I go into a game, I'm in danger? But thankfully, the multi-billion-dollar corporation is there to watch my back. Oh, what would I do without you? I can't believe when I was a kid, I used to go out and I would play football with the other kids in the neighborhood, and my mommy wasn't there. Neither was the multi-billion-dollar corporation, but apparently I was in a lot of danger. It was grave danger. Thankfully, my kids are going to be safe when they play online games now. You know, when I grew up, I would play Warcraft 3, and we could press enter and then type everything we want. Can you imagine the madness? Can you imagine? I know it's mind-blowing, but luckily those times are over. The Wild West of gaming has come to an abrupt end, because thankfully, like Jesus Christ, like the angels from the sky, with all the fanfare, have descended from the diversity departments in order to create this online Gestapo to keep me safe. Wow, like so much resources dedicated to keep me safe. I am so glad. I don't know what I would do. I mean, the police, oh my god, they are completely outmatched by the horrors of what goes on when people play Age of Empires. But luckily, you know, they're all about keeping people safe. From all backgrounds, by the way. So if you're a person that's rich, if you're Bill Gates' child, well, they will keep you safe, just like if you're a hood rat. Just like if you're a homeless person who managed to get access to a laptop, they will keep you safe. By the way, can I sue them if I'm not safe? I don't know what can happen. Like, what if someone like Skullfuck47 says that he's going to fuck my mom? Are the game developers going to send a security detail at my house to keep my mother safe from getting raped? Because apparently it's a big issue. What happens on the internet is big talk. This means being a force for good in game. Oh my god. See, when I was a kid, being a force of good meant you could go out and feed the homeless or something. Now, policing other people is being a force of good. So you need to spend that $60 or however much it costs to buy Age of Empires in order to keep people safe and be a force of good. So, for example, if another player doesn't have a behavior that adheres to the Xbox community standards or Discode, or promotes constructive conversation, we encourage players to report. So you need to be a good snitch. You need snitches. You need snitches. Snitches everywhere. Fuck these people, man. Like, this fascist shit. This communist shit. I don't agree with it, by the way. If you don't like what someone has to say, there's a news for you. Mute them. Mute them. If someone gets muted by enough people, they're going to change their behavior. I guarantee to you. You know why these companies do these things? Like, have you ever thought about something interesting? You spend $60 of your hard-earned money, right? And you buy the game. And then maybe you get tilted. Maybe you say something that is not okay when Mummy is there. And you get banned. Do you know what you can do? You can buy the game again. So if you're addicted to the game, you spend another $60, cha-ching! So these companies actually make money when they ban people. There's a financial incentive to ban people. Again, Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 3 didn't have the Gestapo in the snitch army. They didn't have any snitches. And yet, they were inclusive. They were a worldwide phenomenon. I, from Romania, know about Age of Empires. And I have played all of them, by the way. Never felt in danger. Never felt unsafe. And again, like, you play a multiplayer game, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, tops. Most people are focusing on their micro. Like, what exactly do you think people are saying there that is so dangerous? Like, are they sharing, saying, let's go, Brandon, meet you at the Capitol, if you know what we mean? Like, what do you honestly think is going to happen? My God, this corporate fart sniffing is like, oh, we have a responsibility to keep people safe. Okay, when you have a responsibility, it means there would be consequences if the responsibility isn't fulfilled, right? So if I'm on Age of Empires and someone tries to blackmail me, it's like, hey V, I have pictures with what you did last night with my mother. I will publish them unless you pay me money, alright? Then that means I could sue the company, right? Because they didn't keep me safe. I love it. It's like, we build an inclusive community. You build shit. I hate the word community. I despise the word community. Like, a community used to mean, like what it used to mean, and the spirit of that is the only one that's worth keeping, because now the word is completely meaningless. What it used to be is like people who lived in an area and knew each other and could trust each other, right? That's what the community meant. Just because you and I play Age of Empires doesn't mean we have shit in common. You can be a crackhead for all I know. That still means that I'm going to kick your ass at Age of Empires. But it doesn't mean we're a community. If you take 5 people who play Age of Empires, the only thing they have in common is the fact that they play Age of Empires. That's it. It's not a community. I don't commune with you people. You people. Yeah, I don't commune with you. I'm not interested. Can I please not be considered part of your community, but still play Age of Empires? Not to mention, it's like if someone plays casually, like someone plays a couple of games of Age of Empires, can you even consider him to be like the same, like a person that min-maxes and reads the meta and looks at the build orders and know how to play the game? Can you compare these two chuckleheads with one another? So, but no, like, this is what corporations do. They create a community out of nothing, and then they think they have the right to police it and mind control that community. Which is really the industry standard at this point, right? I mean, again, I used to play soccer with the kids around the block. I guess, like, if the corporation was there, they would create the soccer play community, and and then they would come up with codes of conduct and what we can and can't say, and make it as boring and sanitized as possible. Look at this shit. They want to create safe spaces. I want the danger space! Give me the danger space! If the space is not dangerous, then there is no reason for me being there. I'm bored of safe spaces. You people talk the same shit all the time. I want the danger space, the surprise space. To be surprised by what someone has to say. They say something and I'm like, oh, I would never expect you to say something like that. I know, because I'm dangerous. That's what I want. Fucking safe spaces. They have a team mission. They pay people to do this shit. How about you pay people to make a better game, because there's still bugs in it, and the French are overpowered? How about you pay people to do that? Safe spaces. Prejudice against someone on their gender, age, race, sexuality, nationality, ethnicity, or disability will not be tolerated. Man, have you know how many people call you a kid if you tilt them in the game? Apparently now that's prejudice against children, isn't it? Man, like, I don't want this fakeness. I don't want when someone is nice to me, I should wonder, are they being nice because the corporation forces them to be nice? And if they're bad, they might get banned? I don't want that. I don't want people to just stop talking whatsoever because they don't want to risk losing the game they paid $60 for. I know so many people in League of Legends who just mute chat and don't want to talk because they don't want to say something offensive that may get them banned. I don't like that. Do you guys like that? Do you want that? Don't you like the banter? Do you know how boring esports have become? Like back in the day, they would get so many people watching them. Why? Because there was banter. There were people saying off the cuff stuff. It was funny. It was hilarious. And now it's like, meh. And it's the mentality. It's like, no, because if you're an esport player, you have a responsibility. Fuck you. I really hate that argument. They have a responsibility. Yes, they have a responsibility to act like a gamer. So when I look at them, I find relatability. When I look at esports, it should be the exact same vibe that I get when I get on a Discord server with some of you chuckleheads. It should be the exact same vibe. But no, it's almost like Mummy and Daddy is watching. Man, the infantilization of people. And you know, by the way, like, here's something else that I want to end this on a high note. Like, they keep seeing the ugliness in humanity, as if they don't have this shit, everyone is going to do bad things. Do you know that when you play Warcraft 3 and strategy games in the past, like, everyone would say, good luck, have fun? Like, that's how people started. They were being nice, not because you had to, not because there were terms of service, but simply because it was a grassroots thing. People liked it when someone told them, good luck, have fun, so they told it to others. And if someone was an asshole, as I mentioned before, he kept getting banned and blocked and muted. And eventually he realized, okay, there's something wrong with my behavior. I need to change it because it was grassroots. And if they were being edgy, if they were making jokes, and it didn't bother people, no one would block or mute them. It was subjective. Each person, each individual decided whether or not someone else is going overboard or not. And the whole thing with GG at the end of the game, it's like, good game. That's what it's supposed to mean. People were saying that at the end of strategy games as well. Because it was polite. It was like what they used to do in order to show respect to others so others can show respect to them. That is the type of world I want to live in. Not this shit. Not this fascist crap. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.
This fascist crap makes me want to puke.